Shannon, hi.
So, Johan, we're recording. This is real.
Are you going to sing the song as well? Music in. Is that you or me?
Yeah, that's us.
So, today we're talking about something that might sound boring at first. It's insurance.
No, really? Insurance?
But wait, don't skip ahead. What we're really talking about is the second phase of financial inclusion. It's about what happens when hundreds of millions of people suddenly get access to something that most of us take for granted.
So insurance, that thing that might put me to sleep at a dinner party, is actually a crucial signal of economic development?
Yes, it is, absolutely. And when we think about financial inclusion, we often think about bank accounts, credit, payments, the basics, right? But insurance is what helps people stay resilient when life throws curveballs.
So you're saying insurance is not just about protecting your stuff?
No, not at all. Insurance means you can bounce back instead of falling into poverty. It's about resilience in a crisis.
So this week on The $1 Trillion Opportunity, we're headed to India and Southeast Asia, where insurance is the new frontier of financial inclusion.
That's right. We're learning about two different companies using technology to solve problems that traditional insurers haven't been able to crack.
Music fades out, music transition. So let's start with a shocking number.
There are 330 million people in India who do not have healthcare or health insurance.
That's Kulin Shah, co-founder of Onsurity, a company that's making health insurance accessible to India's small businesses.
330 million people. That's nearly the entire population of the US.
And it's only about 30% of the Indian population, if you can believe it. A huge portion of those uninsured people work for small or medium-sized businesses, what we refer to as SMBs in India.
And just to put it in context, these small or medium-sized businesses are the powerhouse of the Indian economy. There are 63 million SMBs in the country, ranging from manufacturing textiles to tech startups to tutoring services and more.
So traditionally, if you worked for a small business in India and you had a medical emergency, you were basically on your own, right?
For example, if it's a health emergency, right, and you have to spend, say, 3 lakh rupees or 5 lakh rupees, you're not forced to mortgage your house, or you're not forced to mortgage your jewelry, right? You're not, forced to take a high interest loan just to kind of meet that emergency.
To put it into context, that could be several months or even a year of income for many families.
So Kulin and his co-founder Yogesh stumbled onto this problem in a very personal way.
So my co-founder Yogesh was running a small consulting firm, and he, being from the insurance space, he could not get health benefits for his team of 10 people. And at that point of time, we realized that how big this problem is. If you look at all the SMBs in India, that is 63 million SMBs are unable to get employee health benefits for their employees or their team members.
Wait, if Yogesh couldn't get insurance for his 10 employees, even though he worked in the insurance industry, that's a pretty clear sign of market failure.
Exactly. So I asked Kulin why traditional insurance products aren't readily available to small businesses in India already.
For small and medium businesses in India, and typically which employ less than 50 employees, healthcare is not available to them because today no one is really focusing on this segment. Onsurity is building for the underserved segment of Indian SMBs. So we like to think that the 63 million Indian micro, small and medium businesses are our customer segment, and we're building for them grounds up.
So why did small businesses in India have such a hard time getting healthcare coverage for their employees? Let's break this down.
First, small businesses in India are incredibly diverse and scattered across the country.
Kulin puts this much more bluntly.
One, because they are completely disorganized.
Like his line, they're just completely disorganized. This was a problem for traditional insurance companies.
Reaching out to them becomes very difficult. You need technology to reach out to these firms so that you can build a sustainable business model around it.
Second, the products weren't designed for small and medium-sized businesses.
The products are not built for the SMBs. They are basically built for large enterprises, and they try to reduce a few features here and there, trying to fit it into the SMB. But that's not the way to kind of, cater to this market.
This sounds like a product problem. Traditional insurers were trying to retrofit products designed for huge corporations rather than creating something from the ground up that actually worked for small businesses.
And there's a lot that makes small and medium-sized businesses different from large companies when it comes to managing employee benefits.
And that brings us to the third reason. Small businesses just don't have the staff to manage complex benefits programs.
In large companies, you have a team of about 2 to 3 people who are, looking after this entire employee health benefits program. Now, when you look at an SMB, they are as small as about 25, 30 people. They can never have a dedicated, HR person or a dedicated, employee health benefits person who can run this program.
So these businesses want to offer health benefits, but the traditional insurance industry wasn't serving them. They were stuck.
And that's a gap in the market.
And for an entrepreneur, a gap is just another word for opportunity.
So Onsurity created a digital platform to solve this problem. It's a full stack solution that doesn't require a dedicated HR person to manage.
Onsurity today provides a digital platform to SMBs to run their employee health benefits program, and which makes healthcare accessible and affordable because of its technology-driven approach.
And health insurance, well, it isn't just about healthcare, is it? It's about being competitive in the job market.
And Kulin shared a great example of exactly this.
When it comes to the SMBs, right, today they are more confident, right, when they want to kind of approach a talent, when they want to approach senior talent in the industry, because they are now able to go back and say that, hey, you know what, not only the role is exciting, but even as a company, they're able to give you the same perks and benefits that a large organization can give you. And we've seen multiple such instances. We have one chocolatier. She's being the founder. She wanted to get a senior marketing, team member on the company. And when, we enabled her with Onsurity, she was now able to go and tell someone in a large FMCG company that, you know what, I'm not only going to match your pay, I'm going to match all the perks and benefits that you're getting, especially from a health benefits program perspective, because the role was very interesting, right? Working in a small startup, obviously that gives you a freedom, but knowing that you can get that freedom and does not come at a cost of not getting perks and benefits really helped her to close that position fast.
When SMBs offer health benefits, their talent pool grows larger and larger. This has a positive effect on the economy overall.
Is because one, they realize that first thing is that, companies need to provide health benefits to get the employees back to work, because people were at that point of time very afraid to kind of, come back from their hometowns, leave their families alone, right? And come back to work. And that's the time we realized that, on a platform like Onsurity can drive 3 things for an employer. One is the ability to hire the right people, the ability to retain the right people in their companies, because, there are so many companies looking at talent today, right? And today SMBs are also kind of looking at the same talent pool like large organizations to bring these people on board.
But beyond helping businesses hire and retain talent, there's a really powerful impact on the employees themselves.
On the employee side, one of the biggest impact that we've seen is that employees now have the peace of mind that the savings that they are having today, right, will not get wiped off in a health event or in a health emergency, right? That there is a product like Onsurity which is backing them, right, which will not eat away into their savings. And hence they don't get into this cycle of taking medical personal loans at high interest rates.
This actually reminds me of some research from the US showing how financial stress affects worker productivity. When people are worried about money, it stands to reason that they can't focus on their work. No surprise there, right?
Exactly. Health emergencies are one of the biggest causes of financial distress globally.
In the SMBs today, the workforce is a young workforce, right? They're typically in the age group of 25 to 35, right? And being at a initial journey of their careers, right? They only have limited savings. So if there is a health emergency, it may not be for themselves, but it could be in the family, for a parent, right? Looking at the way, health inflation is going and soaring up, right? We are ensuring that, there's no financial stress at the point of time when there's a medical emergency, right? And which basically means that they are able to kind of pursue, right, their careers, their savings, and their goals in life, right, without being burdened by a financial stress caused because of a health event.
And Onsurity doesn't just cover employees. It gives them the option to add family members, like their parents and even their siblings.
So Onsurity is a single platform which actually offers the flexibility to the employer and to the employee to add their family members on a monthly basis, on a monthly subscription basis. We understand that an SMB owner might not have the budgets to always include all the family members, but Onsurity also realizes that, employees themselves would like to kind of earmark some amount of their salary to ensure that their parents or their, in-laws or their siblings are covered or family members are covered.
While Onsurity focuses specifically on health insurance benefits for small and medium businesses in India, another company is taking a holistic approach to expanding insurance access across Southeast Asia.
And that company is Sunday. Sunday is a full-stack insurtech company based in Singapore that's operating across Southeast Asia.
So I came into the industry where I'm a second generation. So my father started the largest general insurance company back in Malaysia in 1991. And ever since then, risk has always been in my blood. I started conceptualizing the idea of Sunday as a digital insurance company for the future. In insurance, if we're talking about the concept of risk, there's always positive and negatives, right? There's always opportunities when it's tied into risk, but also negative where we try to protect you. So far, traditionally, a lot of insurance companies are only thinking about insurance and the experience of protecting an individual when something has gone bad.
I love that quote. Risk is in her blood. That's a bold and true statement by Cindy Kwa. I've come to know her pretty well. She's the founder and CEO of Sunday. And by Sunday, we don't mean the day after Saturday. We mean a full-stack insurance company that is very different from other more traditional insurance companies operating in Southeast Asia.
Cindy's vision for Sunday is quite different from traditional insurance companies. She sees it as not just protecting against risk, but also enabling opportunities.
But what exactly does it mean for Sunday to be a, quote, full-stack insurtech company?
So we focus on healthcare, automotive, and gadget electronics verticals. So for example, if I were to work on healthcare, the customer experience around that is, for example, if you get insured by Sunday, then how would you be able to access healthcare in a digital manner remotely? In Asia, for example, simply trying to file your claims, you would actually have to go to an offline branch. But what happens if you're not in a situation where you're able to travel? So all you can do is just whip out your app and then just click screenshot your bills and file. So I think that's an easiest way, a simplest way that we want to create a better experience and just easy remote healthcare, last mile delivery for a consumer if they were to insure with us.
So Sunday is not just providing insurance policies. They're rethinking the entire customer experience from end to end.
There are many startups right now who has an app, but with us, we're a full-stack insurtech, where when we say full-stack, we mean we go all the way down to after-sales services. We're not just a marketplace. So the one idea and one area that we manage to convert more users and the experience they can have with Sunday is very seamless. So for example, telemedicine is definitely a wave in emerging markets that we're all trying to monitor and increase. So for the usage of telemedicine to increase, then how the entire experience, how easy is it to actually just deduct the cost of telemedicine via your policy? How it also connects to last mile medication delivery is very important. If that journey is very seamless, there's no brainer. A user will definitely come back and use it again.
That seamless experience is what sets Sunday apart from traditional insurers, and it's a big part of why they believe insurance is actually the next frontier of financial inclusion.
What fascinates me about insurance is the impact. It's currently a low-hanging fruit for a lot of economies, right? Because insurance, everyone is so focused on fintech right now, but it's coming. It's the second phase of financial inclusion. It's about protecting your assets. And also, like I mentioned, going forward, thinking about how consumers can also take advantage of opportunities because with risk comes opportunities as well.
It's fair to say that operating in Southeast Asia requires local know-how. The region is incredibly diverse, with different cultures, regulations, and levels of insurance understanding.
We also work with ecosystem partners, where we try to integrate insurance within their ecosystem and offerings as well. So various, and in markets like Indonesia, where it's more than 10,000 islands, every single province and island has their own culture. We work directly with community leaders in that area.
And what about customer acquisition and retention in markets where insurance is much less common? How does Sunday go about building trust and convincing people to buy insurance in the first place?
When it comes to resilience, we're still talking about customer lifetime value. When you acquire a user and a customer, you have to fight every day. It doesn't mean that you earn a customer and they're loyal every day. So similarly for insurance as well, we're talking about renewals, customer retention, that they buy with you every month, every year, the next year. So I think for us, when we're looking at our numbers, of course, it shows that the customers have been continuing services with us. So I think that's one way financially to measure resilience.
The biggest challenge Sunday faces isn't just acquiring customers. It's building awareness that insurance is something people need in the first place.
The challenges that we face in Asia is that penetrations for insurance is still very low. We're talking about less than 1% of GDP, whereby we have to work really hard to increase awareness. Why do you need insurance? So I think that's one of the key challenges that we face, but the curve is coming. Every day we see new and new policyholders entering the market, and we're really excited. Second one is also working with our insurance carriers while trying to really create new products at a faster pace, working with the regulators to ensure that the regulators are also bought into this concept of new products that we want to introduce to the market. And third, as well, I think for startups, it's all about talent. Insurance is also not one of the top industries that everyone considers to join. So we really have to be on a selling mode all the time to say, why insurance, why risk, why tech? How different would it be if we bring insurance and tech together?
Despite these challenges, Sunday is innovating rapidly. They're particularly excited about embedded insurance, where insurance is seamlessly integrated into the purchase of a product or service.
So I imagine that an insurance company is more embedded into other ecosystems, whether it's telco, e-commerce companies, banks, fintechs, digital banks, anything. Imagine if you can also buy insurance, not directly from insurance companies, but other ecosystems as well. So for example, if you're buying a new smartphone, that it should be automatically as an option for you to hit opt-out or opt-in for insurance, and it should be so affordable, and you should be able to deduct off your wallet or however you may be using the payment method to buy your smartphone.
Gadget insurance is uniquely important in economies like Southeast Asia's, where many people access health insurance, government services, job applications, and more, all through their smartphones instead of a laptop.
And crucially, Sunday sees its mission as directly tied to financial inclusion.
Financial inclusion at Sunday means a more affordable access to healthcare. Financial inclusions at Sunday also means more affordable access or more sustainable access to car insurance. For example, in many markets in ASEAN, it's still tariffed, meaning to say the government is controlling the premiums for car insurance. But once it deregulates, then insurance companies need to find a way to make it super affordable, because that's the way markets are expecting, but also maintain profitability for an insurance companies. Financial inclusion is also increase in penetration for insurance. And what it means by that is an increase in awareness of how you protect your assets. And we feel that consumers in ASEAN, there are 2-3 assets that are highly important. Their health, which is a common commodity, and transportation, which is basically the asset that gets them to work every day.
So we've seen two different approaches to expanding insurance access in emerging markets. Onsurity is laser focused on health insurance for small and medium-sized businesses in India, offering a digital platform that requires no HR infrastructure while making critical health benefits easy to access and affordable to buy.
And Sunday is taking a broader approach, offering multiple types of insurance across Southeast Asia with a focus on creating a seamless end-to-end experience.
But both companies are working to solve the same fundamental problem, aren't they? How do you protect people from financial catastrophe when disaster strikes.
And both see insurance as a crucial step in financial inclusion, one that goes beyond basic banking services to actually build resilience.
So insurance is not quite the snooze fest many people might think. Now, is it?
Definitely not.
Unless, of course, you're reading your insurance paperwork. That's all for this episode of The $1 Trillion Opportunity.
Follow The $1 Trillion Opportunity on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, or wherever you listen to podcasts.
The $1 Trillion Opportunity is produced by Quona and Pod People. Our producers are Danielle Roth and Hannah Pedersen. Erica Huang edited this episode. Special thanks to Rachel King, my hero, and Amy Machado.
We'll be back in 2 weeks with more stories of financial inclusion from emerging markets. Follow The $1 Trillion Opportunity on... oh, my throat's going. Too much talking today.
If you were a big shot, you'd be like, water me. And somebody off screen would step in and just like put water in your face like this.
If I had a choice, it wouldn't be water. It would be something else.
I know. Yeah. You'd be like, wine me, quick.